Okay, so onto the fourth part of the tutorial. The fourth part is this batch reduction and upload step. So this will provide an example of how I reduce data for real when I have a complicated reduction that might require many passes through the data. I use these shell files to provide documentation or provide a history of all the steps that I've done so that it's easier to go back and update parameters if I want to, or redo steps. So to show you what that looks like, we're going to reduce the second epoch of 17 CBV. So far, we've just been reducing the first epoch. So now we're going to do the second one as well. So to create this shell file, to make a file called 17cbv01.sh. This is how I name things, is that the first pass through the data I name 01, and then whenever I want to update something, I name it, 02, 03, whatever. So we'll start that file, and then we'll copy the list of commands that I posted in the tutorial into here. The only thing we have to do is update the name of this catalog. Some bin magic to do that. Cool. So these are all the commands that we ran on the first epoch. We ran the PSF stage, PSF mag stage, 2 ZCAT stages for the Landolt and the Sloan filters, and then the magnitude stage. And these are all the commands that made the reduction for the first epoch look good. So we're basically just doing all the same things we did to the first epoch to the second epoch now. And it's in this shell file. So if we do sh name of the file, then it'll run those commands for us. So now it'll just automatically go through that reduction with parameters that we already know are good. So you can see it's starting to make the PSFs now. Okay, cool. So this will run just to show you an example of what this looks like for a supernova that had kind of a complicated reduction. I'm gonna log on to the machine. So this is a supernova where I had to do many passes through the data. So you can see there are like 30 files here. So I had, 30 attempts, 30 things that I was tweaking and changing. So you see the first one there is 19YBQ1, then 2 and 3. So just to give you an example of what one of these files looks like, do 8, sure. So you can see I'm changing what catalog I'm using. I'm giving some extra arguments to different stages. So this just provides a record of all the reduction steps I've done so that, again, if I want to go back and redo a step, I can see what parameters I've used in the past, update things if I want to. Okay, so that is finished reducing. This is the type of thing that usually, or that can take pretty long if you're doing several epochs, so I usually just run it in the background. You can see the first epoch we reduced previously is over here, and this is our new epoch that we just reduced using this batch file. You can, again, click through, judge how well things did. Looks like things are okay, cool. So yeah, this is how I actually reduce data using these batch files. Okay, so the last thing we're going to do is upload data to SNEX2. So I'm going to copy the command from the tutorial. So this is the getMag stage, outputting it to this file. And then I also have this upload to SNEX2 flag. So we'll run that. this is the way we're going to store different versions of photometry in the future, and also how we're going to make sure that all external users can upload final reductions to SNEX2 as well, is with this upload to SNEX2 flag. So when you do this, it walks you through a couple options so your photometry can get saved and labeled correctly. So it asks if it's PSF or aperture photometry. The default is PSF. That's what we did. What group produced the data? I'm an LCO person. Is the reduction final? I'll say yes, just for an example. Will it be used in the paper? No. And then you also have to enter your SNEX2 username and password so that the data can get uploaded there. Craig has recently ported over everyone's usernames and passwords from SNEX1 to SNEX2, so this should be identical to your login credentials for the normal Supernova Exchange. Okay. Upload successful. Cool. So now I'm going to go over to SNEX2. This is the page for 17 CBV. Let me reload this page. Okay, so if we go over to this Manage Data tab, you can see here's the tutorial or the file that I just uploaded. So you can download that as well if you want to. And then if you go over to the main photometry plot here, let me scroll down. So here's what the automatic reduction looks like. And then if I can tab over to manual and final reductions, and here are the data points that I just uploaded. So again, this is how we'll keep track of multiple reductions and especially of final reductions in the future going forward.